I want to say a few words about the climate change crisis that we're facing. And let me begin it by reading something to you. And I want you to think about who may have made this statement. Quote, "There is general scientific agreement that the most likely manner in which mankind is influencing the global climate is through carbon dioxide release from the burning of fossil fuels. There are some potentially catastrophic events that must be considered. Rainfall might get heavier in some regions, and other places might turn to desert." End of quote. Do you know who made that statement? Not some environmentalist yesterday. That statement was made by a senior scientist for ExxonMobil in 1977. 1977. So for over 40 years, ExxonMobil has known what the product that they produce is doing to the planet. And you know what ExxonMobil did in the 1980s? They began spending a whole lot of money to try to obfuscate the issue, to try to deny the reality of climate change. They put money into all kinds of right-wing think tanks trying to confuse people whether climate change was real or not. And today, we pay the price. Now, I want to applaud President Biden for assembling leaders all over the world to deal with climate. Because the truth is, as you all know, this is not an American issue, not a Chinese issue, not an issue for India. This is a global issue. And we're going to stand together or we're all going to fall together. There was just a report that came out from one of the largest reinsurance companies in the world, Swiss Re. And what they said is that by 2050, if we do not get our act together, there will be a $23 trillion reduction in global economic output, a 14% reduction. So what we're looking at is not only an environmental disaster with more drought, more flooding, more heat waves, more extreme weather disturbances, more acidification of the ocean, more disease, more migration, more war. That's bad enough. You're also looking at a major economic crisis if we don't get a handle on climate change. So what we have got to do, and what President Biden did yesterday, is the beginning, is bring this world together to start spending money to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel rather than on nuclear weapons and planes and tanks and guns. And the future of this planet is very much at stake, and the kind of lives that our children and grandchildren will live is at stake. But the good news here, and there is some good news, is that if we rise to the occasion, and if we start investing heavily in transforming our energy system into energy efficiency and sustainable energies, we can create millions of good-paying jobs. We can make our homes more energy efficient and save money on our fuel bills. We can break our dependence on fossil fuel, move to wind, solar, geothermal, and other sustainable energies. So this is a pivotal moment, literally in world history, because what the scientists are telling us is that we got very few years, 5, 8 years, before there will be irreparable damage done to this planet. So now is the time to stand up to the greed of the fossil fuel industry, who has done so much harm to this planet, and move aggressively into energy efficiency and sustainable energies. And when we do that, we're going to clean up the planet. We're going to make sure that our kids and grandchildren have a healthy world in which to live. Let's go forward on this one. Thank you.